steady your hands, I'd get it quicker.
Anyone like to keep score? Are you the scorekeeper?
I think we're supposed to.
Bill Johnson and Hap, you're up. Chip Sutherland in the house.